Hi, let's talk about the last piece of you being a high performing leader. And the last piece is ownership. What does that mean? That means being at the source and owning all the results that you get. Okay, and that, of course, means not being a victim in any situation in your business. And I know a lot of you guys are probably going, okay, well, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't play a victim in my career because otherwise I wouldn't be an entrepreneur. And I totally get that. And I'm going to invite you to consider that there's some areas where you are actually playing a victim and you may not see it. So let me ask you a couple questions. Just imagine you just had a discovery call session with your potential client. And at the end of your meeting with your potential client, she goes, okay, well, I need some time to think about this. And you know that this client, oh my God, she really, really, really needs your help. She needs the product or service that you're providing because it's going to make that difference in her life. Do you go and say, oh, she just wasn't ready? Or do you own the fact that she's not signing up with you? And are you looking at the source of what was missing? What did you hold? Where did you hold back? What did you not say? Where are you? Where is your communication not being incomplete? What is missing? Things like that. Okay. That's what it means owning your results. Now let's look at another scenario. Let's say that you gave a talk to a group of people. Do you go back after the talk and review how you did? Do you look at, did it land for the people? Did they sign up for the next steps, whatever I was offering? And if they didn't, what could I have done for that to work better? In other words, are you always looking? Do you always look at that outcome and look at how you were the cause of that outcome? Do you own all your outcomes, or do you look at the circumstances? Maybe you might even blame your marketing instead of looking at who you were in that situation. How are you coming across? How are you communicating? Another example might be you go to a networking meeting and you give somebody a business card as they're asking what you do, and you tell them what you do, and you see a blank stare. That would be another thing to go back and say, okay, so you could say, oh, they had a blank stare because they're probably distracted. Or you could say they had a blank stare because I wasn't owning the communication and how I was coming across. So what you do with this, you train yourself to start looking at each outcome that you produce or you don't produce from the perspective of, I'm the owner, how did I cause this? Whatever outcome it was, good or bad. If you cause a good outcome, you have to acknowledge yourself. But you also have to look at what in your communication, what in what you did or you said or how you were was the source of that positive outcome too. And for what you're trying to produce in your business, you should develop a system for having that to be part of your workday. So, for example, if you're a public speaker and you're giving a lot of talks, then you should have a system after each talk. You should have it on your calendar. Just sit down for a half hour and review your talk, review all the points, review all the sections, and look at each section and evaluate, did this communicate, did this not? How was I being? What was the fears that were getting in the way? What was the thoughts that I had? What was missing? Stuff like that. If you have coaching calls with your clients, you should have this as part of your structure for each client. After you're done with the coaching call, you should look at, okay, is my client performing? Are they causing a difference in their life? Or are they not? And if they're not, and if they are, of course, how can I own this? What is it that I'm not saying or doing, or what am I saying or doing that is causing them to perform or not perform? Make sense? So I want you to go back to the worksheet and do this part around ownership. And this concludes the 4 parts of this performance series. And then in the bonus videos, we're going to look at some of really, really useful tools, how you can enhance your performance and productivity. But these key 4 pieces that we went over, that is the most important thing. And I want to say one thing about this. A lot of this isn't new for you. And those are things you already know. So if you went through some of this and you said, oh, I already know this, and you were just kind of like listening, not listening, I invite you to consider that you might know this, but you might not be practicing it at 100%. So take on mastering these things before you move on to the tools, and review what you need to review and schedule time for all these things before you get excited about the tools that I'm going to talk to you about, the new flashy new object and things like that, because those 4 key pieces are really, really crucial for laying the groundwork for you being a high performing leader. Okay. I will see you at the next video.